Oh yeah, sorry, hair's a little wonky today. Figured I got a pre-order bonus that I got.
You may remember a little over a year ago when I covered my amiibo collection, which has certainly expanded enough to where I needed an extra shelf. But what about other collectibles? Specifically, gaming collectibles. Well, I got a bunch to show you.
Don't worry, soon enough, I'll be back to playing some weird-ass fucking games. But for now, I want to do this. There's nothing you can do to stop me. You might be wondering what qualifies as a gaming collectible. You know, is it an actual collector's edition? Is it a rare or expensive game? Is it other gaming-related bullshit I own? Yes. Now, I'm not one for collector's editions. I'll see one that looks really cool and be like, whoa, $500 for 19 inches of Venom? I'm going to pony up $500 for that. And then I proceed to not pony up $500 for 19 inches of Venom. But I do have a few, and you're going to notice something kind of odd about all of them. But starting off with Mega Man Legacy Collection for 3DS. Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to collector's editions, this one I guess is very tame, I guess that's the word. They did call it a collector's edition though, so it counts. So pretty much this version of the game came in this giant box with a gold Mega Man amiibo that I already showed off in my amiibo collection. What was different about this one though is that it came in just this white box. It looks really odd. It doesn't even have the amiibo logo anywhere.
That footage you just saw, by the way, with the lower quality and the white and blue carpet, is actually a now private video of me unboxing this thing back in 2016.
Guys.
Let's never speak of this ever again.
But in addition to the amiibo, you get a whole bunch of Mega Man themed postcards in case you, I don't know, want to write a letter.
This was 2016? I don't know. I'll let it slide.
Also came with these Mega Man themed stickers that I think were meant to be put on a laptop or a phone or something like that. But I didn't know that, so I just put them all over my room. And it came with the digital soundtrack of the songs from the games in the collection.
Decent little collector's edition. You know, at the time, I was an amiibo collector, and I was also very hungry for new Mega Man content, so this was a must for me. Now, I do have 5 more collector's editions, and the odd thing is, all of them are games that were published by Bethesda. May sound a little odd, but I have a family member who works at Bethesda, and she was able to hook me up throughout the years with these collector's editions. So if you're watching this, and I know you're most likely watching this, so if you're watching this, and you know who you are, this is for you.
Starting off with this big-ass motherfucker in Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Why is this box so big, you may be wondering? Well, that's because it comes with a pretty big action figure of BJ Blazkowicz, the main character from the game, and yes, I'm gonna be pronouncing his name like that. You get to pose him however you like, and you get to give him 5 different guns, an axe, and a pretty cool jacket. It also comes with this poster. Blitzmensch! Another collector's edition I got was Dishonored 2. Featuring packaging that I accidentally ripped. Whoops. This came with this nice poster. It's a neat double-sided one too. And then it also comes with this giant-ass mask that I don't really know if I could wear it or not, but I kind of want to keep it inside this packaging for now because it doesn't feel right otherwise. It also comes with a digital code for the game.
That's right, you buy all this physical stuff just to end up with a digital code.
I also got a collector's edition for The Elder Scrolls Online, a game I've never actually played before in my life. Before I open the box, though, I get this certificate of authenticity.
So now you know. We ain't fucking around.
This is specifically the Hermaeus Mora, the Daedric Prince of Knowledge statue. Opening it up.
I really don't wanna. It looks very well protected. I'm gonna do it.
So taking out the styrofoam shield and then taking it apart, you see the, that name, statue.
Now I kinda lied, this isn't a collector's edition, but it's just the statue, but it doesn't matter because he's a heavy boy.
Look at that. They made 2,000 of these and I got the 1,628th one. I'm special now. Next up is Rage 2.
Which is a game that I would not be surprised to find out that I am the only person to have ever played it.
It's supposed to come with a poster and a steelbook, but they are nowhere to be found here. But none of that actually matters as long as I have this abomination.
I hate this thing. I hate him. And he doesn't even deserve to be called by his real name. And if you own this, you're the problem. And lastly, it's not really a collector's edition, but rather an item that I don't really know where else to put it, so I think I'll just put it here. This from Fallout. Got these army men over here. And this. I can just do the rest of the video like this. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. You may be wondering, but DPX, you already showed your amiibo collection back in like March of 2023. Well, obviously, I've gotten more since then. You know, more have come out since then, and also I've gotten my hands on a lot of them since then. So let me just show you my amiibos I've gotten since March of 2023.
Starting off with Smash, these are all the amiibos that I either didn't have when I originally made the amiibo episode, or they weren't out yet. And if you've kept track of all the amiibos in the last video and these that you see on screen, you might have noticed that I own every single Smash amiibo except for fucking Daisy. Well, I wrote this, but then Daisy got restocked and went up for pre-order, and I snagged one. So, in a month's time, I will have every Smash amiibo. Let's fucking go. I got Rosalina and Luma, which I think is pretty neat. I like how shiny King K. Rool is. I think it's cool that a Pokemon Trainer amiibo exists. Young Link is pretty neat. Wolf looks really sick. I'm happy I finally got my hands on Player 2 Cloud and Player 2 Bayonetta. I feel like I've been trying to get those two forever now. Ken is pretty neat, and then we got the three that were released after I showed my collection. We got Pyra, we got Mythra, and we got Sora. Pyra and Mythra are very detailed, and Sora, the fact that we got a Sora amiibo proves that anything is possible.
It's also worth noting that I've had the Villager amiibo, but it's a reprint and it looks different. But I always considered the other print, like, yo, a bonus. But I got the bonus.
The eyes are different. That's it, really. And these are all the amiibos from the Mario series that I got since the last time. And unless you count the Skylanders ones or the wristbands, the Mario series is complete. I am still trying to get the Dark Skylanders ones, though. Same goes for Zelda. These were all the ones I was missing last time, with 3 that came out afterwards, and I got all of them now. Thanks to Tears of the Kingdom restocking all these Link amiibos, and these other, like the Bokoblin one, you know, those two. I also really love the Guardian amiibo because of the legs. But also, these 3 Tears of the Kingdom amiibos are really sick too. Moving on to Splatoon. Just like Zelda and Mario, I now have a complete collection of Splatoon amiibos. These Octolings were the real challenge, more so the girl and octopus. The boy got restocked by himself, and I just bought it thinking that the other 2 would get restocked soon, but they never did, so I ended up buying them secondhand, but not too expensive. Eventually, I found them for relatively cheap. The other 3 Splatoon amiibos came out later on. We got Shiver and Fry from Splatoon 3, and this Big Man from Splatoon 3. No, but seriously, his name is Big Man. I'm not just calling him that. 2 new additions to the collection include 2 Xenoblade Chronicles amiibos. We got Noah and Mio from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And lastly, you may remember last time I had a total of 2 Monster Hunter amiibos, but now I got every single Monster Hunter amiibo released outside of Japan. Although I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise, I do like these. Very shiny, especially this big boy. I think his name is the Magnamalo. Still trying to get those Japanese ones. Those are gonna be a challenge.
And that is my updated amiibo collection. I have a total of 220. When you count my Daisy amiibo that is on the way, both Prince of the Villager, my custom Terry amiibo, in my boxed duplicate Dark Pit amiibo. It's been 10 years. This is the home stretch. Next, I want to show you some games that I own that are rare or expensive or both. And this time I own these, like, for real. Like, no dark, shadowy entity is gonna expose me for lying. You know, I own these for real. But I'm not gonna be playing these games today, but if you want any one of these games to get their own episode, or maybe you want to see an episode of me playing my rarest games for real, let me know. But for now, I'm going to start with the one game I didn't lie about.
Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, or Final Fantasy 1-6 Collection, or whatever it's actually called. This is a collection of mobile games that remastered the original 6 Final Fantasy games, but then they got ported to the Switch and PS4, but in very limited quantities. Like, it was only available through Square Enix's store, and then when it went up for pre-order and then got sold out, I don't think it ever went back up, and also it was $75.
Yeah, all you normies complain about Tears of the Kingdom being $70, but I didn't hear any of you complain about this. I'm not complaining either, to be honest. This is like a special occasion, and it's rare, it's limited, but I just want to make a joke, okay? Let me have fun. I managed to get the Japanese version of this game from PlayAsia. Shout out to PlayAsia, alright? Not sponsored, but I could be. Give me a call.
Another game I got from PlayAsia is a physical copy of Like a Dragon Gaiden, the Man Who Erased His Name. Quite the title there.
At first, this might not seem like a gaming collectible, except it being Japanese, I guess, but North America never got this game physically. It released as a digital-only game here, so I got a physical version of a digital-only game. That's funny that I did this for a game in a franchise that I've only played like 4% of when you look at the entirety of the franchise. I'll let you do the math.
As for the rest of my rare and expensive games, these are a bunch of them. Obviously, Super Mario 3D All-Stars went back into the vault because Nintendo, you know, the good old Nintendo. When it was first discontinued, I remember it being in clearance sections, but now I see it going for an expected amount of money for a game that is no longer being produced.
Another rare game that I got that I'm pretty happy about is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the PS4.
This is one of my favorite games ever, and I didn't even know it was gonna be that expensive when I got it. Ultimate Marvel 3 is a game on the PS3 and Xbox 360, but then got ported to the PS4 and Xbox One digitally. But then I remember walking into a GameStop one day and seeing this game on the shelf. I was wanting the PS4 version, but never got around to getting it digitally. And I also had no idea that they made a physical version of this game, so I got it. And then finding out years later it was a GameStop exclusive and they stopped selling it after a little while, I got lucky with this one.
So that is the story about how I accidentally got one of the rarest games for the PS4. Now I know what you guys are thinking, that's all well and good, DPX, but just because a game is rare or expensive, I don't know if that's really a gaming collectible. Well, first of all, you might be right, but I get to do what I want with this video. But second of all, there is a company that makes these physical games, and I'd say those are collectibles, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about limited run games.
Limited run games. You can count on them delivering a big collector's edition, or just physical copies of indie games, or just games that don't have physical editions, or even make their own games. Specifically, I noticed they usually do like remakes and remasters like Tomba, Clock Tower, Ninja 5-0, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Gex.
I don't have a whole lot, like, at all. I do have a few on the way, but I'll show you the ones I have right now.
First off, I got this remaster of the Gargoyles game on the Sega Genesis. Did you even know that there was a remaster of the Gargoyles game on Sega Genesis? Better question, did you even know that there was a Gargoyles game on Sega Genesis? I did, but I feel like most people don't. But that Genesis game actually slaps, so I'm happy they remastered it. I haven't played it yet, though, because it's still sealed, but who knows. Another limited run game I have is the Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. It's a collection of the Jurassic Park classic games.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. You know, what were you expecting? Fucking Angry Birds? What are you, a war criminal?
More specifically though, this game features the Jurassic Park games on the NES, SNES, Game Boy, and Sega Genesis. The Nintendo ones are alright and all, but the Sega Genesis ones go hard. Just like Gargoyles though, I've kept this one sealed. I also just recently got this physical copy of Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked. I actually received this one quite a bit early, like before it actually released. In fact, at the time of recording, this still hasn't actually released. I got it really early. But I love that Konami and LRG re-released Rocket Knight. Kinda weird that they called it Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked, because Rocket Knight Adventures is just one game, and then it has 2 sequels, but this is a collection of the 3 games.
And guys, I have to come clean. Because I lied! Because I have another game that doubles as a rare and expensive game or collectible game and a collector's edition. And it's Mega Man again!
The story behind Mega Man The Wily Wars is bizarre. Capcom brought the game to the Genesis, but only in Japan. But when it was time to bring the game over to the West, there was a bit of a change of plans. Sega had just launched the Xtra Channel, which was pretty much a very early version like the Nintendo eShop. The problem is though, the Xtra Channel would delete your downloads every time you turned off the console. So of course, here in the States, you know, we got unlucky. Mega Man The Wily Wars was exclusive to Xtra Channel. But good old Europe, they got the game physically, so North America got shafted. That was until though, the Sega Genesis Mini released and included this game, releasing it for the first time ever in North America. A release on Nintendo Switch Online then followed, and then this. To start, it comes in this sick packaging, but you open it and you see some nice artwork along with these things.
Not quite sure what these things are or why I need them or have them at all, but they're fucking cool.
But then you open this side of the box and you get an actual Sega Genesis case. Opening it up, you get a certificate of authenticity.
So you know it's real.
Along with the sticker book. This time I have not put them all around my room. In fact, I have not used them at all. It also came with an instruction manual. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It also comes with this giant ass poster that I haven't hung up yet because I don't have room for it, but it is very cool.
And lastly, and most importantly, it didn't just come in a Sega Genesis case for nothing. It also has a Genesis cartridge.
I love this so much. I don't even currently own a Sega Genesis to play this on. I mean, I have the Mini, but yeah, it doesn't fit. But this is an actual physical North American release of Mega Man The Wily Wars, and I love it.
Now those are my rare and expensive games along with my limited run games. There's still a couple that I've ordered but haven't gotten yet, like Clock Tower and Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat's been out for a while. Clock Tower isn't, but seeing how LRG's track record is, I might be dead by the time I get those. So that was my rare and expensive games, my collector's editions, and an update to my amiibo collection. But what about some other random gaming related bullshit I own? Like steelbook cases! I know that's not random bullshit, you know, those are pretty cool, but I didn't really know where else to put them, so I'm putting them here.
There's something really nice about a steelbook. Maybe they come with collector's editions, but I got some of them as pre-order bonuses or just for free for buying the game. So here are the ones I have. Wait, hold a second. Is that Dishonored 2 from earlier?
So the collector's edition did have a steelbook. Remember what I said earlier? That's right, you buy all this physical stuff just to end up with a digital code. Well, now it's time for the ultimate test. It does have a disc!
Now for other steelbooks, I didn't mention that the Wolfenstein 2 Collector's Edition came with this, but it did. In fact, it came with this instead of an actual game case, so it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb on the shelf. Also got Injustice 2, the first one I ever got. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the second one I ever got. Mortal Kombat 11, the fourth one I ever got. Wolfenstein was the third. As for the rest, these kinda came as special bonuses. This Mortal Kombat 1 steelbook is a bit strange. I mean, the spine is different, but it looks neat. Got this Elden Ring steelbook, which is just fire. Remember fucking Back 4 Blood? Remember this shit? I spent $60 on this shit when it came out. At least the steelbook is pretty nice looking. Or how about Battlefield 2042? Remember that shit? I haven't opened this one, but again, still looks cool. I guarantee you though, nobody remembers Stranger in Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. Okay, this artwork looks really good, almost as if the game is good. And last of my steelbooks, I got Dead Island 2. Not much to really say about this one, but I haven't.
As for other gaming related bullshit I have, I mean, got this Hogwarts Legacy scarf. If you can see that with packaging I immediately broke. I got this hat that I'm wearing is a pre-order bonus that I got with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What else do I got here? Mario Wonder trading cards? Whatever this is that came with Sonic Superstars, a game that even though I played and beaten, I forgot existed, but this is at least pretty neat. How about, and it just came apart, you didn't see that, but what about, this Snorlax figure, shout out Kermit Kong, or, I don't know, the Pac-Man Nightlight. I've not opened it yet, though, but a Pac-Man Nightlight, or, Mega Man G Fuel that I bought 2 years ago and haven't finished, but, you know, it's still in there. I don't know if you can see. What else do I got? The Xbox Series X mini fridge! Hooray! Shit.
Yeah, that's right. I got an Xbox Series X mini fridge. It's even bigger than a Series X. It even has a USB port on it for some reason. Why is that there? But there's a note on the door. Let's read it. This cooler is not intended for continuous use. We recommend you turn the cooler off intermittently.
So this mini fridge is not intended to be used as a mini fridge? As for other stuff I have, I got some posters.
This Mario one and this Metal Gear one I got from Comic-Con one year. Very well done. An artist made this, like an independent artist, so pretty neat. I got this Castlevania Netflix poster from Comic-Con as well. Very neat. You know, obviously an individual artist did not make this, but still pretty cool.
What about art books? Those are pretty neat.
Starting off with this art book I got for Super Mario Maker, or sorry, an idea book. I also got this one that came with Sonic Origins Plus, pretty neat. And I got this one that came with Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo for the PS5. I remember this one. I remember playing this one. Yeah. A weird one. Why does this game exist? I also feel like mentioning the second game I've ever covered on this series, The Witcher 3 for Switch, as it comes with all these goodies. Good.
I think that's kinda it, actually. Yeah, I probably have more, but what qualifies as a gaming collectible, I feel like you gotta draw the line somewhere. And this video may become outdated rather soon. Like I said earlier, I was able to snag a pre-order, and now I'm waiting on Felix the Cat and Clock Tower from Limited Run Games. I was also able to snag a pre-order for the Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. But as of right now, I'm just gonna film the rest of the video like this, for real this time. Because the video's over, and the rest of the video's not gonna be that long!